On everybody, happy Wednesday. I'm working out of the Yuma branch this week. Caitlin's going to be staying with her family, hanging out during the day, so I wanted to get some work done. So I'm working out of the Yuma branch, and wanted to chat with you about call reluctance when you're cold calling. So I've talked several times about cold calling and some different ways to actually generate business that way. And one thing that I've noticed that I used to do, but I've also seen other people do, is have call reluctance. And what happens is when you start making cold calls, you don't have your list ready, you don't have your script ready, so there's a lot of time in between each call. And what happens is you start second guessing yourself. You start trying to come up with some excuse as to why you shouldn't be making that call or why you shouldn't call that person. So the more time you give yourself in between each call, the more opportunities you're giving yourself to fail at it. So what's important when you're actually going to make calls, especially cold calling, you need to have your list ready, have all the contact information, you need to have your script ready as well. So that way when you're calling, as soon as you get off the phone, you send a follow-up email or text, and then you pick up the phone and call again. And it prevents you from being able to make those excuses when you're actually making the cold calls, because you're not coming up with the fear of rejection in between those calls. So you're not giving yourself or your mind any time to think about it. You're just doing. So I really want to encourage you to really prevent yourself from having that call reluctance. I used to have that, and now whenever I'm making cold calls, I'm very prepared on my list, and so I know who I'm calling, what I'm going to say, and I'm very direct and to the point, and I'm quick about it, so I can make a lot of calls at once. And as you know from the cold call math video that I had done, you don't really have to make that many phone calls in order to hit a specific goal. Obviously, if your goal is pretty massive, you're going to make a lot of phone calls. But if you have a standard goal, it's really not going to be that hard to be able to obtain that goal by cold calling. So I really want to encourage you to be prepared when you're actually going to be cold calling, because honestly, you're probably going to be your own worst enemy, and you're going to be the one that's preventing you from succeeding at it. So if you need help or any tips on how to do it, just give me a call. I do it literally every single day. I have my list in front of me all day long. So whenever I'm in between calls, I'm picking up the phone and calling all day. So like I said, I'm always here, and I'm available to you. I want to help you grow. Even if I help you do one deal a year additional in business that you wouldn't have obtained otherwise, then I did my part. So call me anytime at 520-260-4846. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you soon.